so we're finally talking to Ms. Marvel on the channel with the 4th episode that just dropped on Disney+. Super huge apologies for finally getting to Ms. Marvel. I have been watching the show every week, but it's been hard to keep up with the Obi-Wan stuff and all the other videos on the channel, so I am finally getting to talk about Ms. Marvel. It's certainly been interesting following this new origin for Kamala Khan between the Jinn stuff and the clandestine, but I am excited for this week's episode, because usually episode 4s in these Marvel shows, they're pretty great episodes, and the fact that we're going to Karachi. It was so great going to Karachi in this episode. I'm glad that we finally got to see more of Nani in this episode, since we go and see her in person. We don't got to see the FaceTime calls anymore. She was probably the MVP of the episode for me when it comes to new characters other than Red Dagger, just because she's such a sweet, adorable character, and I absolutely loved each and every one of her interactions with Kamala in the episode, and even we got some emotional stuff too between her and Kamala's mom. That was a great, surprising, emotional moment later on in the episode. She is a huge help to trying to piece together this origin story that we have for the bangle and Kamala Khan's power set, because it seems like the bangle is trying to say something to her, but of course we have no idea what that thing is, and even by the end of the episode we still don't have like a definitive idea of what that is, but we are piecing stuff together. We have a couple episodes left to kind of figure the rest of that stuff out. It was so refreshing getting to see all this culture on display in the episode, with Kamala getting to explore it along with us as the audience, since she, like us, is getting to experience a lot of this stuff for the first time, so it's a lot of fun seeing the trial and error as she's kind of navigating the streets with all of her different family members. I really like the family dynamic in this show. It's one of the better elements in my opinion. It's also just great to see Pakistan shown in its natural lighting, and it doesn't have like an annoying, ugly, yellowish hue to it like you see in a lot of mainstream media, because that always has been a pet peeve of mine. With the episode being set in Karachi, I knew it was only a matter of time before we run into Red Dagger somewhere, since that's where the character is located, and we get that pretty much off the bat once we're in there when Kamala is searching for the train station she saw in the vision, and out comes Red Dagger. The fight itself wasn't all that impressive. You know, we're still working through the power sets here, but it was still a lot of fun in the sense that there was a lot of good quips and snark involved. We get to see a lot of great snarky quips to one another all throughout the episode, which does fit into the character because Red Dagger is a love interest of Kamala Khan in the comic books, and it seems like we are setting that up here at least a little bit in these episodes, plus the stuff with Kamran in the background. So I guess it's kind of a love triangle in a sense. I mean, it's early stages here. Even still, all of their scenes together were some of the main highlights of episode 4. Like I said before, we are continuing to piece together the origin story for the bangle and Kamala Khan's powers and all that stuff. It isn't like fully fleshed out in the episode, but we get a little bit more information here, thanks to Farhan Akhtar, who has an appearance in the episode, and he explains all this stuff with Kamala and the clandestine, and how they're from a different dimension, and if they tear down the veil between the worlds, they'll destroy everything. We still don't have the grand picture here when it comes to the stuff with the bangle, because Kamala is still trying to work through her powers, and we are still looking for the other bangle, which is another mystery, I guess, along the way as well. It's one of those things I'm trying my best to understand and comprehend, because I'm just so used to Kamala's origin from the comic books, which made a bit more sense to me with her being an Inhuman and all that stuff. But even still, the clandestine stuff, the Jinn stuff, speaking of them, they break out pretty easily. It felt like kind of inconsequential that they got captured at the end of the last episode, since they immediately break free, but they do leave Kamran behind. I'm not an expert when it comes to travel or anything, but I was kind of surprised at just how fast the clandestine got to Karachi, because they are also much like Kamala traveling from New Jersey to Karachi, Pakistan, and it seems like they got there pretty quick. I don't feel like a lot of time had passed in the episode. I don't really know the time frame of how long all this stuff took place, but they get there pretty quick to start the end battle of the episode. I love this entire chase sequence all throughout the streets in Karachi. I thought it was really well done, very well shot, and it was pretty tense from time to time. It gets a little bit shaky towards the end, but I think overall it was a very exciting scene. I was very shocked though to see some deaths in the episode, because we do see Red Dagger kills one of the clandestine, and Farhan Akhtar's character too, Najma, kills him. That was quite shocking to me out of all the deaths in the episode. But the fight here, the end battle here where Red Dagger and Kamala face the rest of the clandestine, it was pretty good. But this new vision that was triggered for Kamala when Najma hits the bangle does has me intrigued to just see that elaborated on in the next episode. I'm really curious to just see the developments there, because I feel like we're going to learn a whole lot more backstory when we get to episode 5 next week. Overall, episode 4 was a lot of fun. We got that introduction to Red Dagger. All this stuff with Karachi was pretty enjoyable. I'm excited for these last 2 episodes because we don't have too many episodes left. Make sure you share your thoughts down below. What do you think of this 4th episode of Ms. Marvel? Do you like the episode? Not like the episode? Share any thoughts, theories, and all that stuff. What do you think is going to happen in these next couple episodes? It's probably fun to have the conversation with you guys in the comments section down below. Thank you guys. Always check out the reviews. I really do appreciate that. Please like the video. Also, subscribe to the channel so you're always updated my reviews, reactions, unboxings, and more. The next time, see you guys later.